The power of decision-making. Transform your life one choice at a time. Have you ever wondered if a single choice you make today could completely reshape your entire future? I am talking about those seemingly ordinary moments when you decide whether to get up an hour earlier for that workout you promised yourself, or whether to reach for that biscuit during your afternoon tea break. You might think I'm being dramatic here, but bear with me for a moment. Here's the thing that'll absolutely blow your mind. Every single aspect of where you find yourself right now, every detail of your current situation, is largely the result of decisions you've made in the past. When life feels like it's heading in the wrong direction, you can sense it deep down, can't you? That nagging feeling of being stuck, frustrated, or disconnected. That sensation of running on autopilot whilst everything feels utterly mundane. That's your inner compass screaming at you that something needs to change. But here's what I've discovered after years of studying decisions. The right choice often feels completely wrong in the moment. You already know what you should do, don't you? The problem is when figuring out the right decision. It is finding the bottle to actually follow through with it. It's not about the truth itself. It's about dealing with what happens after you've told that truth. Now, before we dive deeper into this conversation, I need to share something that's genuinely staggering. If you're watching this on YouTube and haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you're actually in the majority. But here's the thing. Subscribing costs you absolutely nothing. And it is the simplest way to support content that is designed to help you create genuine change in your life. I'm making you a promise right here and now. I am committed to making every single piece of content I create for you even more valuable than the last. I listen to your feedback, your questions, your struggles, and I craft everything with one goal in mind. Giving you the tools, the confidence, and the inspiration you need to build the life you truly deserve. So if you find value in what we're discussing today, that little subscribe button would mean the world to me. Right then, let's get stuck in. I am absolutely buzzing to talk about this topic with you today because learning how to trust yourself and become more decisive is genuinely life-changing. If you're here listening to this, I already know something important about you. You value your time, and you're genuinely interested in learning how to trust your gut instincts and make decisions with confidence every single day. That tells me you're exactly the sort of person who's ready for this conversation. Maybe someone shared this with you because you're facing a massive decision right now. Or perhaps you're the type who overthinks absolutely everything and you're completely fed up with it. Aided? Why? You in the right place. Because today you're going to learn about the actual science behind decision. You're going to understand what intuition really is. And most importantly, you're going to become more decisive starting right now. I'll be completely honest with you, I was always the decisive person you might think I am today. Learning to trust my gut has been a skill I've had to develop over time. Being decisive and trusting your intuition is something. You're just born with it, as something you can absolutely learn. And today, I'm going to share with you the exact framework I developed to stop being so bloody indecisive. Here's what we're going to cover in our time together. And I've broken this down into 4 key areas that will genuinely transform how you approach decisions. First up, we're diving deep into intuition itself. What actually is it? How does it work in your body and mind? Why should you trust it? The science behind this is absolutely fascinating. And once you understand how your internal guidance system operates, you'll never question it again. Second, we're going to explore the crucial difference between moments when you should trust your gut completely and make an instant decision versus those times when you need to pause, take a step back, and think through all the implications and consequences before you act. Third, we'll tackle those absolutely agonizing moments when you feel completely torn. I'm talking about breakups, leaving jobs, telling difficult truths, or owning up to mistakes you've made. For these situations, you need a proper framework that'll hold your hand and help you find the courage to do what you know is right. I'll share a heart-wrenching situation from one of my listeners who is questioning whether to call off their wedding just weeks before the big day. Finally, I want to teach you one of the most important concepts I've ever learned. There are no bad decisions when you truly understand the power of choice. Part of making any decision is trusting your ability to handle whatever consequences come with it. This is why I genuinely believe you're just one decision away from a completely different life. Think about this for a moment. Can you recall some of the decisions in your life that completely changed your trajectory? Maybe you decided to attend university somewhere far from home. and that experience fundamentally changed who you became as a person. Perhaps you decided to pop into a party on a random Thursday evening, and that's where you met the love of your life. Or maybe you finally decided to quit that soul-crushing job, and that decision led you straight to your dream career. The research suggests you make somewhere around 35,000 decisions every single day. That's genuinely mind-boggling when you think about it. Just consider for a moment that one decision you make today has the potential to completely reshape the rest of your life. But that's what happens when you won't know how to trust yourself. You start questioning every single decision. This keeps you trapped in the same patterns, stuck in the same place, surrounded by the same types of people for years, sometimes decades. You're literally putting your potential, that beautiful future you want to create, on hold because you can't trust yourself to make the right choices. So before we dive into the 4 key concepts I want to teach you today, I need you to do something for me. I want you to be completely selfish with this information. You're here for a reason, so think about a decision you're wrestling with right now. Go on, really think about it. What's a decision you're overthinking, avoiding, or constantly questioning? Maybe you're wondering whether to move out on your own for the first time, or you're questioning whether it's time to end it. Perhaps you're thinking about getting a pet now that the kids have moved out, but you're worried about being tied down. Maybe you've always dreamed of going back to university to become a therapist or a nurse, and you're wondering if now's the time. Or perhaps you've been thinking about putting yourself out there in a bigger way, starting a YouTube channel, becoming an influencer, or using social media to market your business. But every time you imagine actually doing it, you start doubting yourself and end up doing absolutely nothing. Really think about this. What decision have you been considering, questioning, and possibly putting off? Are you thinking about moving house? Maybe you want to get more involved in politics, or be more vocal about your opinions. Have you been thinking about reaching out to a family member you've been estranged from? That's a decision to whether to pick up that phone or keep putting it off. Hold on to that decision, because as we work through each of these 4 concepts today, I want you to apply what you're learning directly to your situation. Use this conversation to help you become decisive about whatever you're facing. I am absolutely passionate about this topic because learning how to trust yourself and become more decisive is genuinely the key to everything. Every decision you make is like a fork in the road where you get to choose. Am I staying exactly the same, or am I leading myself towards a better future? Remember what I always say. Nobody's coming to save you. Every single decision opens the door to a different possibility. Think about the power in that. Every day, you decide whether to wake up an hour earlier, like you said you would, and get yourself to the gym. You decide whether to have that extra biscuit with your afternoon tea. You choose what film to watch tonight, what to have for dinner, what outfit to wear to work. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Come on, these tiny decisions don't really matter that much. But that's where you'd be completely wrong. Everything about where you are in your life right now is largely the result of your past decisions, and more importantly, who you're going to become in the future. Every aspect of that, from your financial situation to your relationships, to your health, to how you spend your days, is 100% the result of the decisions you make starting today. If you want to be the sort of person who's healthy and fit, you need to start making the decisions that healthy people make. If you want to be financially successful, you've got to start making the choices that financially responsible people make. If you want to own your own business, have better friendships, or create art that matters, you can become that person through the power of your decisions starting right now. Every single choice you make has genuine power. But here's the thing, right now, you're probably not even aware of most of the decisions you're making. I was making decisions without understanding how my brain, body, and nervous system actually process the options in front of me all day long. When you're on autopilot, your decisions just run on repeat. Your past decisions end up dictating your present and future. Let me give you an example that might hit close to home. Deep down, maybe you've been telling yourself, I've got to quit vaping. I really need to stop this habit. Every single day, you actually have a decision to make. Are you going to throw that vape away and go cold turkey? Or are you going to tell yourself, well, I've tried to quit before and it never worked, and then reach for another puff? Anyone who's gotten sober, ended a toxic relationship, quit a dead-end job, or completely turned their life around will tell you the same thing. One decision changed everything. That's exactly what we're talking about today. Aren't you absolutely knackered from holding yourself back? Aren't you tired of constantly doubting yourself? Don't you want to be more decisive? Isn't it exhausting to question yourself all the time? Don't you want to trust your intuition and know that whatever happens, you're going to be absolutely fine? Of course you do. That's exactly why you're here right now. And congratulations, because you've already proven you can make brilliant decisions. You pressed play on this. You made a decision to find the time to be here today to learn how to be more decisive. That's genuinely fantastic. So whatever you've been putting off or questioning, keep it front and center as we go through these 4 key concepts step by step. I'll be honest with you, I've got a decision I am wrestling with right now too. It's something significant related to my business. It seems like a fantastic opportunity, but I'm not entirely sure I want to take it on. So I'm right there with you, at a fork in the road, weighing up the pros and cons, overthinking, doubting, questioning everything. I'm going to use this framework alongside you, and I want you to be completely selfish today. Whether you're thinking about ending a relationship, putting yourself back out there, moving house, signing up for that art class, changing your degree, finally having that difficult conversation, or dusting off your CV to actually apply for that dream job. Whatever it is, keep it at the forefront of your mind. We're going to walk through a step-by-step approach that will move your life forward and put an end to the stalemate you've trapped yourself in. Right, let's talk about intuition. For ages, I didn't properly understand the physiology, the neurology, the actual science of how your mind, body, and nervous system are all connected to create what we call intuition. It's like having this inner compass, this intelligent design that you were born with, working in absolutely magnificent ways to help you navigate your daily decisions. Think of your intuition like a GPS system, helping you make the right turns throughout your day. When you understand what your intuition actually is, what a gut decision really means, and how it's designed to help you, tapping into it becomes an incredibly powerful decision-making tool. It helps you stay connected to your biggest dreams and keeps you grounded in your values. Those dreams you have, the ones that never quite disappear, the things that keep pulling you towards a bigger future. They start acting like a destination that becomes clearer and clearer. Your intuition is helping you navigate your way there. Your internal compass works on exactly the same scientific principles as a traditional compass. A traditional compass has a magnet inside it, and that magnet points towards true north by responding to the Earth's magnetic energy. Your intuition works in precisely the same way. It reads the magnetic energy all around you. Think about this for a moment. When you really tune into your intuition, you can feel it pulling you towards certain things, and you can immediately feel it pushing you away from people with negative energy. You've walked into a room and instantly felt like something was off with someone there. You didn't even need to speak to them. That was your intuition at work. Your internal compass is constantly reading not only your own energy, but all the energy around you from other people and situations. It then processes all of this energy and determines whether it is in alignment with your true north or not. When someone has genuinely awful energy, your intuition immediately tells you to cross the street and avoid them. Your intuition is part of this incredibly complex, intelligent system that I want you to trust completely. It's been shaped by your DNA, hardwired into you from birth, and programmed through your life experiences, your gut instincts, your brain, and your heart. All you need to do to become more decisive and start trusting yourself is learn how this system works and start paying attention to the signals in your mind, body, and spirit. Because I'm telling you, the signals are there constantly, all day long. This is why I keep reminding you. You already know the best decision for yourself. You already know the right thing to do. The problem is you ain't knowing what to do. It is finding the courage to make yourself do it. Once you embrace the truth of what intuition really is and recognize this intelligent system inside you that has been communicating with you since birth, you'll know what you need to do in any situation. How absolutely brilliant is that? All that anxiety, all the negative energy, all the resistance and overthinking, it is completely unnecessary because your compass is already telling you whether your life is headed in the right direction or not. So what does it feel like when you're headed in the wrong direction? When your life is going the wrong way, you can feel it physically and emotionally. You feel stuck, frustrated, sad, disconnected. You feel like you're running on autopilot, like everything has become mundane and lifeless. That's absolutely not how you're meant to feel. This is why I always say that feeling stuck is actually a positive thing. It's a signal that you're headed in the wrong direction. It's your compass going ding ding ding, wake up. You need to turn towards something new. You need to feel alive again. This relationship is dragging you down. Either work on it or get out. Being stuck, frustrated, or disconnected are all signs that your current life is no longer aligned with where you're supposed to be going. It's a directional signal. And that's actually quite brilliant when you think about it. You're designed to be moving in a direction that feels like true north, in alignment with who you really are. Let me share some examples of what I call you just knew it moments. You've definitely had these experiences. They're split-second moments where you just knew something without questioning it, and you turned towards what your intuition was telling you without even thinking about it. For instance, you walk into a train carriage or a pub, and the first person you lay eyes on turns out to be the love of your life. That happened to me back in 1994. I was standing at a bar in New York City, ordering a bourbon on the rocks to take away. I wanted it in a plastic cup so I could sneak out. From B&D May, I've heard someone say, "That sounds brilliant. Make it." I turned around and laid eyes on Christopher. I just knew. I've had several moments in my life where I just knew something was wrong before my mind could make sense of it. When our son Oakley was born, he came home from the hospital and everything seemed fine except we couldn't get him to eat. I just knew something was wrong, even though my mind couldn't work out what it was. I kept going back to the doctor every single day saying, "Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I just know it." We didn't know what was wrong for days. Suddenly 5 days later, everything went to hell and Oakley was being airlifted to the hospital. They told us they weren't sure he was going to survive. It turned out he had an extremely rare condition affecting his intestines, and it had gotten so severe that he was ready to rupture, which would have killed him. I just knew something was wrong, even though we didn't get the proper diagnosis for another week or two. Here's another example. On day one of my job at a corporate law firm back in 1998, I knew it was completely wrong for me. I absolutely knew it. I felt like I was dying inside every time I walked into that office, but I couldn't work out how to change careers. I couldn't figure out how I was going to pay my bills or what else I could possibly do. I'd just finished law school and spent 3 years as a public defender. How could I change careers now? I am sharing these examples because they show you moments where you need to understand everything logically. Your intuition knows because it's uniquely designed to align with what's true for you. Now that we've covered intuition, let me talk about the second key concept. There are two completely different ways to make decisions. Sometimes you should trust your gut and make the decision immediately, right now. Other times, even though you know what your gut is saying, you need to pause and use your logical mind to think through the timing and method. Here's how you figure out what your gut is telling you. Get quiet, drop out of your head, settle into your body, and feel what the decision feels like. If you feel yourself dreading it, feeling depleted, or shrinking with constriction, that's not aligned with you. If you think about the possibility and something opens up inside you, you feel slightly energized, even if it scares you a bit. That's aligned with you. That means it's right for you. To make this clearer, because this can get quite confusing, I want to distinguish between decisions where you feel conflicted and when to use your gut versus when to use your logical mind to plan out the decision. There is some massive difference between what you need to do and when and how you're going to do it. Remember this when you feel conflicted about a decision. Use your gut to determine what you need to do, because, as we've established, your intuition is part of your intelligent design. When you quiet your emotions and tune in, it tells you exactly what you need to do. But that is completely different from when you're going to make the decision and how you're going to communicate it to people. That's where you use your brain for planning. Let me give you an absolutely agonizing example from one of my listeners. I write about this in my book, and the chapter title really captures the essence. The right decision often feels wrong. This is crucial to understand. There is a difference between the decision you need to make and how it is going to feel when you tell people about it. Learning to separate the decision-making process, what's right for me, from the communication process, how to tell others, is absolutely critical. Here's the truth. You know the right decision. You're just afraid to make it. You're not afraid of the decision itself. You're afraid of what will happen after you tell people about it. It's not about the truth. It's about the aftermath of telling the truth. This listener wrote to me, "I'm engaged and getting married in a few weeks. This should be one of the happiest times of my life, but it's not. The closer we get to the wedding, the more my fiancé and I fight. I can't shake this feeling of dread. Deep down, I'm terrified. I'm making a huge mistake. I don't know what to do. The invitations are out. My parents and hers have put down deposits for everything. I don't want to disappoint my family or make my parents lose their money. I don't want to break my fiance's heart or have everyone think I'm terrible. How do I call this off? Just reading that makes your heart clench, doesn't it? When the stakes are that high, the right answer always feels wrong. Think about it. If this groom were sitting across from you right now, what would you tell him to do? He says he'd and shake the feeling of dread. And he is afraid he is making a huge mistake. On the surface, the answer seems straightforward. He should call it off. If you're dreading your wedding and thinking it's a mistake, you shouldn't get married. But here's why decision-making feels so difficult. Even when the right choice seems clear, it doesn't mean it's easy to make. The human experience is largely emotional. What seems logical when you drop into your gut and use your inner compass can feel overwhelming when you're caught in an emotional storm. Think about making decisions in these moments, like driving through a blinding rainstorm. Your GPS is working perfectly, but because of the storm, you can't see more than 20 feet ahead. But you still trust the GPS and keep moving forward through the storm. Your emotions are the storm. They're what kept me in relationships too long, prevented me from apologizing when I'd done something wrong, and stopped me from making decisions that were right for me because I was afraid of upsetting other people. The emotions, those storms you feel while following your internal GPS, will be there. You have to learn how to navigate through them. Too often in life, when faced with this kind of dilemma, you choose to inflict pain on yourself. Instead of making a decision you know is right, but might be painful for others to accept. Let's be honest. The groom who wrote to me already knows what he needs to do. I think whenever someone asks for advice about what decision to make, they already know what they need to do. They're not actually asking for help making a decision. They're asking for courage, reassurance, and help handling the emotions, guilt, and dread that come with knowing their decision will hurt other people or turn their life upside down. Agonizing over a difficult decision like this is a mentally healthy response to a difficult situation. Nobody takes pleasure in making hard decisions. The fact that this man is worried about other people shows he's a decent person, but that doesn't mean he should marry someone he doesn't want to marry. There will be times in your life when people are going to be angry, disappointed, or heartbroken by your decisions. That's just reality. Understanding the difference between what you need to do and how and when you do it. That is the art of One thing I want to emphasize about the difference between gut decisions and planned decisions is crucial, because there's extensive research about how emotions can negatively impact your decisions. When you're stressed or fearful, research shows you simply choose the path of least resistance. You do what you've always done and avoid making the decision altogether. How many times have you put off quitting a job, having an important conversation, or even going to the gym because you felt sad or too stressed? That's your emotions impacting your decisions in the moment. It is helpful to remember that you know the truth of what you need to do in your gut. Your emotions have an opinion about whether you feel like doing it. We go and ignore that. You can then use your brain to create a proper plan. Making no decision is still a decision because you're choosing to stay exactly where you are and ignore what your intuition is telling you. You're deciding to accept less than you deserve and delay making changes that would bring happiness and satisfaction to your life. Imagine yourself a year from now. You're still in that marriage you don't want. You're still at that job you hate. You still haven't moved your mom to the care home she needs. You're still financially supporting your adult child even though nothing has changed and you resent them for it. Close your eyes and drop into your gut. If you point yourself towards a future where you do nothing, how do you feel? If your chest tightens, if you feel dread, if your energy drains away, do not go in that direction. Don't get married just because the deposits are paid. Don't avoid the decision about your mom's care. Don't stay in medical school if it's wrong for you. No, point yourself in the other direction a year from now. If you're not married to the wrong person, if you've left medical school to pursue nursing, if you've stopped enabling your adult children and they've sorted themselves out, if you've started that YouTube channel or begun marketing a business properly, how do you feel now? If you suddenly feel things open up, if you feel expansion and energy even though it scares you, that's your true north. That's what aligns with you. That's what you need to do. Now you travel upstairs to your brain and ask, when is the right time to make this decision? How should I communicate it? And to whom? Then you create a plan, and that's what you use your logical mind for. The most courageous, honorable, and kind thing you can do is tell someone when you realize you want to be with them. It's difficult to be honest, especially when it will hurt people. Learning to let people be upset, confused, or reactive to your decisions has been completely life-changing for me. I used to avoid conversations, over-explain everything, overthink decisions, or delay them because I was afraid someone would get upset or think I was a terrible person. All it did was create more anxiety. Learning to let them be upset, let them be confused, let them react without being afraid of their response. This has been absolutely transformational. You don't have a problem knowing what you need to do. You have a problem doing what you need to do because you're worried about how someone else will feel about it. When you realize you can navigate those emotional storms by following your GPS and using your brain to figure out the best way to communicate and time your decisions, everything changes. Take quitting your job. Don't just do that immediately without a plan. Use your brain to ensure you have enough money saved and put yourself in a precarious situation. But you can know 3 to 6 months before you leave that you're actually going to leave. That's what you do with intuition. Your brain creates a smart, responsible plan to execute it properly. The only conflict you feel now is internal conflict about how your decision impacts others and how they react. This is why people stay in marriages for decades when they want them to end. It is why people stay in jobs too long or stick with career paths they hate, because they're afraid of making a decision that will cause someone else to feel something. When you understand that emotions are a normal part of life for everyone, you can be more courageous. Don't make decisions based on your emotions. Make decisions based on the truth of your intuition, what feels aligned with you and your vision for your life. Use your brain to create a plan for executing the decision in the most responsible and empowering way. When you do this, you'll become one of the most decisive and unstoppable people on the planet. None of this is easy. There have been plenty of decisions I've delayed for months or even years. When our son wanted to move to southern Vermont, my husband and son moved up there for a year before I joined them. I knew eventually I would, but I wasn't ready. The when and how took almost a year for me, and that was perfectly fine. There will be decisions you make immediately after this conversation ends. Then there will be decisions where you think, I know what my gut is telling me, and perhaps for the first time, I understand why. I need to trust it. This decision needs proper planning, and that's what I'll use my brain for. When you understand decision-making in this context, that there's a difference between what you need to do and how and when you do it, you can leverage your gut, heart, and mind to align your life with what's meant for you, no matter how challenging it might be. This brings me to the final point, and it's one of the biggest obstacles to being decisive. The fear of making the wrong decision. What if you trusted yourself enough to handle the consequences of any decision you made? What if instead of fearing you'll make the wrong choice, you accepted the science of how intuition works and started tuning into what you know to be true? It's easy to say, I don't know how to trust my gut or listen to my intuition, but I don't think that's true. You know exactly what your intuition is telling you. You just ignore it. Today's conversation is an invitation to change how you talk about this. Thoughts start saying, I know exactly what my intuition is telling me. I know exactly what my gut says I should do. I know what the right decision is. I'm just afraid to make it. I know when things feel off. I can read the energy of situations. I know when I'm in a job, relationship, or living situation that feels wrong, and I need to trust that feeling. I'm working on how quickly I act on that truth. When you approach decision-making this way, understanding that what you sense is data about what's true for you. Even if you make a decision that doesn't work out perfectly, it's never the wrong decision if you truly believe it's right in the moment and you trust your ability to handle whatever comes next. Let me give you an example. When I took that corporate law job, it felt like the right decision because I needed to pay bills and it was the first offer I'd received after moving to Boston. Primera wa? Is thrilled it was the right decision for paying my bills. But on my very first day walking into that high-rise office, I knew in my gut it wasn't the place for me. Do you see the power in understanding there are no wrong decisions? Every decision leads you somewhere else. I needed the money, and I also knew I wouldn't stay there forever. That directional signal from my internal navigation system helped me recognize I was at a fork in the road. I stayed at that fork for another year, and that was fine. Then I executed a plan to change careers entirely. Was that a wrong decision? A bad decision? Did I fail? I don't think so. Just like many decisions you've made, staying too long in relationships, not changing situations that needed changing. All of those things are just data. Maybe you're the sort of person who needed pain, frustration, and struggled to finally wake up and recognize it's much easier to listen to your gut than to ignore it. All those things you think you messed up might have led you right here, giving you exactly what you needed to listen to this today and say, you know what? I do know what's right for me. I do know what my gut is telling me. What I'm going to work on is the courage to trust it and trust myself to handle whatever happens when I make that decision. When you look at decision making this way, you'll not only trust yourself faster and be more decisive, you'll feel more confident because you'll know that whatever comes after that decision, you're going to be absolutely fine. This conversation has actually helped me decide about that business opportunity I mentioned. I've been thinking about it constantly, writing pros and cons, talking to people, weighing it up, stressing about it. But based on everything we've discussed, it's quite easy for me to cut through the negativity, emotion, and fear to see that I actually do want to do this thing. Even if it doesn't work out perfectly, I'll be proud of myself for making the decision and following through. I hope our conversation has given you the clarity, tools, and framework you need to cut through the emotion, drop into your intelligent design, figure out your right next move, and recognize there's tremendous value in using your brain to create a proper execution plan. When you do this, there are absolutely no bad decisions because you're aligning what you do with what's true for you. Only you know what's right for you, and now you know you're going to feel it in your body and your gut. Your time is coming. Keep believing. Keep fighting. Don't just watch. Go out and prove them wrong. Thank you for being part of the journey. If you liked it, please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.